Welcome back to my channel. This is Mac, and today we are working on the Fatty Caddy. We have encountered some issues with this cart. It's been a big ordeal at the household. It's kind of funny. I bought this so I can go play around and have a bunch of fun and stuff. And my wife has been taking a boggin. But I've noticed when I get it back, this is the kind of stuff I see. I see stuff all over the place. I don't know how all these tree branches and stuff in here. Mind you, it's not like we had a tornado or a hurricane over here. It's literally just been sitting. It parks in the garage. So she's taking it out on these trails and accumulating all this dirt and stuff, which I don't think the stock suspension and tires is meant for any of this stuff. So I went ahead and moved forward with my next upgrade on this thing. So we ordered some stuff. We got some heavy duty leaf springs and a 6-inch lift kit. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and install today. I'm real excited about this. It's gonna transform the cart and make it a little better for her boggin needs, I guess. So yeah, she takes the kids out. She gets so excited. She gets home and she's like, "You guys ready to go boggin?" I was like, "Oh God, okay, here we go. Let's go boggin," you know. But apparently there's some trails here. I'll just kind of show you. So we have this this area with all these trees and stuff. There's trails that you can drive through. I don't know if it's made for golf carts, but you can fit a golf cart in there. I don't know if it's for like horseback riding or what, but I'll have to show you some video of that. But all right, well, I got all of this stuff, so let's go ahead and tear this thing apart and do the upgrade. All right. So first things first, let's get this thing on jack stands, and I'll be right back in a second. There you go, jack stands. It's on the frame rail right there. I got a block behind the wheel. Be safe, guys. You don't want that stuff falling on you. So I have a 99 Club Cart DS. So this is the kit I got. Part number there, I guess. I don't know. By SGC is how it's boxed. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this. And I'll start pulling out the stuff. Pull off the wheels here. Hopefully this kit has everything I need. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Oh, here's everything unboxed. Okay. The rear end. We got the U-bolts. Everything looks pretty good. So I think we have everything we need to get. We got a bunch of bolts, timing joints, and whatever that is. And of course, this little license plate. Let's start the teardown process on the carts. Now that I have it all unboxed, and then we'll just unbox that later. Okay, let's get this out of the way. These little hubcaps, just use a screwdriver and they'll pry right off. I took those off real quick. First steps in the instructions say, go ahead and slide these two bolts out. These two bolts are loose on one end, the other ones are tight. So you just kind of pull them out, and they really want their branding. So make sure you take these two bolts out, slide this on, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to put the plate on, but I chose to do it. All right. So these are 14s, so I'm just going to tighten those up real quick. Then I'm going to take these rims off. All right. There's 4 bolts in here. 3/4 or 19 seems to fit just fine. Okay. Now it is time to start taking some of the stuff off. I'm gonna go take the other front wheel off. Looks like there's some bolts in the middle right there that need to be taken off to take this whole unit out. Ooh, steering. Oh yeah, all that good stuff. I do know we need to keep this. We don't get new ones in the kit. So let's start taking these apart. This is held on by, it looks like a Phillips head screw in the front, but there's a nut on the back of this little piece right here. So I'm gonna use these two to get it off. I'll just go ahead and disconnect those lights. You probably won't have this as aftermarket. So just 2 more 1/2 inch nuts here. Okay, body's disconnected from that front piece. Got some underneath bolts here we need to start decking. All right, we got the sway bar deal here. We gotta go ahead and get out this cotter pin right here and get this ball joint off. So let's go ahead and do that now. This is a 14. We're gonna go ahead and use that. We're gonna go ahead and unhook the shock. It's a 14 again. Now's a good time to get rid of this dust cover and get rid of this wheel hub. I'm gonna take out the steering column. So it appears to be a 12 millimeter. I'm gonna take it off right there. It should work. All right, this is what she looks like outside. Now we need to transfer all this top stuff over here. And we're good. I don't think I had to do all this stuff. Okay, I'm pretty much putting most of this all back in. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, so all you really have to do is take these off. You didn't have to take the whole unit out like I did. I just wanted to have more access to be able to take this off. This was actually stuck onto my spindle. So I didn't want to ruin the bearing because they're still pretty good. So I had to use this and a hammer on my vise over there. And I was able to knock it out. So you could save yourself a heartache if you guys didn't have to go through those steps. But that stays in there. You didn't have to take that out. Next step is I'm going to put this on a jack stand, flip it upside down. Jack stand. I'm going to put it on my jack right there. I'm going to roll it under there and start bolting it up. Fairly simple process. So I'm going to go do that now. This is going to get installed now. Just remember the gusset goes towards the cart and this kind of angles up a little bit. And make sure the shock mounts upwards. And it kind of goes right in here. I'm going to go ahead and switch positions. Goes right here. To give you hardware. Bag number 8. We're at the point where we're trying to put these spindles on now. And I have this protective coating on here to keep it from rusting and stuff. It's yellow and it needs to come off because the bearing race won't fit on here unless you do. Now you're not trying to scar the metal underneath, so I'm using like a 180 grit sandpaper. It's been taking off this yellow stuff really easy. So you see how it's really coming off real easy now. You could do it on the vehicle or do it before you put it on. That's fine. All right, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and grease this up a little bit so the bearings can slide on pretty easy, and then start to attach the hub. This is gonna go on here like this. First things first, I gotta put this heim joint in. Then the bolt you need to hook up to the heim joint is right here. Okay, I'm just kind of setting the stuff in there for right now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and repack and grease these bearings. Now all the suspension pieces are all loosely put in for right now. That way I can tighten it up and angle it and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna start tightening this all down now, and I'll tell you how it goes. All right, I've tightened the whole front end. Got the wheel back on there. Oh yeah. Look at that suspension raise. Something doesn't look right. I need a second opinion. Something wrong. Something doesn't look right over here. I need your help.
The bad looking rims?
Is that what it is? Like the small tires with the lift kit?
Yeah, it's like there's this space between here and here. I think it's missing something.
You know what? I think I have the remedy for this. Okay. I'll be back in a second. I'll show you what I'm thinking. Hey, these look way better than the other ones. With the help of my lovely daughter and the editor-in-chief. Yeah, these look so much better. They are directional. So when you're putting them on, make sure the arrow pointing this way, which these are. Now I need to look at the camber and all that stuff. It is off. So I'm gonna get my little square and get this all situated. So I got these all straight. You can see the wheel tilted a little bit this way. So what I did was I had to loosen and tighten these in on both sides to get the camber right, and then I had to get the wheel straight like this, left and right, by adjusting this bar here. So what I did was I loosened this nut, twisted all, and then the whole thing twisted, and I basically just brought it in to straighten the wheels. So anyway, okay, so now that that's all organized, it's time to go do the back and tidy up the front. My heavy duty bushing for my heavy duty leaf springs to go on my heavy duty lift kit. This is separate, by the way. I'll have links to it in my description. All right, comes with new bushings, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and remove the old leaf springs, put in the new ones. Let's go ahead and get started. What's next steps?
Do we have shock?
All right, later. So the rear end's actually pretty straightforward. If you're not getting new leaf springs, just want to do a little comparison. This is the single leaf spring that is on your cart today. I chose to go with a beefier four leaf spring because I do have a rear mounted seat. If you guys have seats and you plan on having people on the back, I really truly recommend getting something like this because the rear end on these leaves aren't really made to hold people. Remember, this golf cart was made to have bags on the back. So really recommend doing this. Well, I wasn't the only one that recommended it. It was the shop too. So anyway, got these beefier leaf springs. So underneath, by the way, I'm dealing with a lot of issues down here. There's the one leaf spring bolt on the back here was rusted. So I spent probably an hour or two trying to get it off. That one right there was rusted. One back here is fine. So in order to do what we're trying to achieve here, if you're not replacing leaf springs, then all you really have to do is just undo this U-bolt right here, undo the shock bolt, and you kind of just lift it. You lift this bad boy up, you put the mount on. Actually, okay, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Anyway, what we're doing is we're taking off the shock, we're taking off the U-bolt. We're doing one side at a time, and I will probably have to spend probably 30 minutes trying to get that one off right there. Now that I have all my tools out, I'll use the same tactic. I think I'll heat it up, cut it off, smack it with a hammer, and go to town on it. Now, the bushings, there was no bushing on this one at all. This bushing was completely toast. I'm assuming it's because of the weight load and stuff like that on these leaf springs, or it was time just to replace them. So the kit did come with new bushings, so we're good there. Got them all lubed up, and let's go ahead and start tackling this. All right, so we have a jack here to assist. We did the other side. We were able to get that bolt out by just using air tools instead of having to cut it off this time. The other side I had to cut off. So anyway, with that being said, this is kind of resting on the brake cable, which we're gonna lift it up real quick. And yeah, we're gonna get everything lined up. You'll see that here in the next steps. And you'll see some jacking up of the rear end. The leaf spring's gonna go over. We're gonna take this piece out. And yeah, let's go and get started. Mounted. So it's pretty simple in the back. No way we're gonna get a tire on here, so we're gonna have to lift the back end and get this sucker up so we can put the wheels on. So we're gonna start lifting that now. She is done. The reveal. Oh, she looks so much better. Look at that. It's kind of funny, I have to like step up now to get in this sucker. Ready to take it for a ride, Kirsten? Let's do it. First test drive went okay, we're alive, but now that the suspension's settled a little bit, it's cambering a little bit, so we still have some adjustments to make. So we'll be making those. Yeah, I think this will conclude today's video. I'm really excited. Tell me what you guys think, what we should be next on the cart, and your experience with these installs. What are your thoughts? Until next time, guys, have a good one. Bye.